host, and I am here with Ashley McPherson, your co-host.
Hi.
We are so excited to be here today, right, Ash?
I'm so excited. I'm so happy to be back.
I know, me too. I mean, Ashley was on quite a few episodes in the past, but is official host now.
I know. I'm so excited. Finally, we made it official.
Yes.
Oh.
And Ashley, you want to tell anybody about your TikTok? What's going on lately?
I mean, it's been a lot of get ready with me's, but I've been out a lot more on YouTube recently, so you guys got to check it out. Ashley McPherson. We vlog all the behind the scenes of the podcast days every day, so you guys got to go check it out.
Lots of fun, lots of fun. And today we have an awesome guest.
Oh, yeah.
From
I'm excited.
A new app that's out. Well, it's not really new anymore, but it's relatively new. And, I want her to tell us all about it. So from Zigazoo, co-founder, director of impact, Leah Ringelstein. Welcome to Red. Thank you so much for joining us, Leah. How are you?
I'm doing great. As you can see, the sun is shining and my children's rooms are quiet because they're at school, and I'm ready to focus, share our story.
I love it. I love it so much. And I love the paintings in the back. So nice. Your children, did they make them?
Yeah, this is my buddy Leo. He's 3, so he loves to create things. As you can see, he's very splashy, colorful. I'm a big fan of his art.
That's amazing. I love it. I love it so
artist.
much. So tell us, co-founder, how did the app come about and when did it all happen?
Yeah, so the story goes that my husband and I were both teachers, and we have 3 kids, 7, 5, and 3. So when COVID hit, we did a whole bunch of fun stuff with them in our house, and we could give them all these amazing experiences, but we couldn't give them connection with other kids. And we recognized that social connection is so incredibly important. So we weren't going to put them in the social environments that were currently available because we didn't feel like they were safe or designed like specifically for kids. So we made our own. And at first it was just a place for, kids to play around common interests and interesting projects. And now it's become the largest, safest social network for kids.
Oh my, that's
awesome.
Amazing. Like to have that dream and then so many people. How many users now?
8. We have 8 million.
That's
Wow.
crazy. Wow.
That's insane. In just a couple years. So when did you launch?
It's about 3 years old. It's about the age of Leo, actually. We just celebrated our 3rd birthday, like officially with our Zigazoo kiddos, and that was really cute.
Congratulations. So tell me, what was the process like? You went from having this idea to actually making it happen. What was that like?
Yeah, I mean, we're dreamers. Zach is like a phenomenal leader to being like, what if? You know what I mean? Where many people might be like, nah, we can't fix that. So we went with the what if there was a place that was designed for kids and what we could create that would really elevate the potential that technology has, right? Like it has potential for a lot of good. Right. It also has its other side. So could we distill that? Could we make that available to kids and families? The what if. So it took a lot of brainstorming. It took a lot of bringing on like amazing people. Our team is made up of people who are so incredibly talented at their craft, but also connected to our mission in their heart. And we learn a lot from the kids and families that use Zigazoo, a lot of listening.
That's amazing. And I will say, having used the app and meeting your amazing team out there, I have to give a shout out to Ashley and Emily, right? They're out there all at the toy events, the Toy Insider, lots of fun events across the country, going everywhere to promote the app. And they're just so engaging with kids. They love kids, and they're always, just wonderful. My kids love them. They took pictures with them and wanted to take the pictures with the big Zigazoo background. So thank you for being out there, for doing this. It is a safe place for kids. I want to talk about some of the features that are available to kids and families and why they're important.
Yeah. The way that it's structured. So backstory is that like when we were teachers, one of our favorite educational pedagogies was project-based learning, where it's not just like, hi, we're learning multiplication today, do your worksheet. It's like, let's get out into the world and explore something that you're passionate about and let you play with it and then present it to an authentic audience. So we were like, instead of just being like, here's social media, go, we're like, let's make engaging challenges, inspire kids, give them a little bit of information or intrigue, then ask them a question and let them present their perspective, their dance move, their song, their art project to an authentic audience of their peers. And so that really promotes a lot of like developmental goodness, right? Like they're active, they're physical, they're encountering other kids, they're practicing communication. So we're really like having all these like healthy things in mind, but then we just have to make it like super duper fun. So kids just want to be there and they're learning and growing and building confidence while they're there.
Oh, I love it.
Definitely, like, just for kids to be able to show their creativity in a different way. I mean, there's nothing like that in school, to be able to interact with that many different people from all over the world. It's definitely a whole different world when you tap into different people all around the world. You learn more. I feel like
you're
exposed
definitely
to more.
I love the question aspect, because when we go on and it's like, all right, show us your favorite dance move, or become a superhero, or, you know, whatever it is, my kids are like, all right, I'll fly. And you know,
it's flying from bed to bed.
And my favorite thing about it is when we go on and you're like, all right, post a challenge, and you have X amount of time to do it. And then, you know, you're posting a challenge, and then you see all these other kids from across the world doing your question, right? I love that. It's like, you know, tell us why you love your mom. Like, how great is that? And parents aren't going to let their kids go on and say, you know, and say and do anything because it's watched, it's healthy, mentally healthy. So when the parents come on, they're talking about, they're teaching their kid, you know, put this out there. Show us your favorite polka dotted shirt. Let me see your favorite pair of mixed match socks. You know, PJ party. All of a sudden you see all these kids in pajamas. Like, it really is an interactive, cool place to connect. I love it personally because it's safe. And as a mom, we know that there's so much out there that isn't safe. Just scrolling on YouTube is dangerous. And you think YouTube is fearless, right? You're fearless
One wrong
about
click,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, one wrong click, and you're watching someone potentially do harmful things to themselves, no matter what that is, you know, with substance abuse or whatever. And just the language is so terrible, you know? And it's like, well, why am I allowing my son or daughter to watch? So eventually you just take their iPad away, and you're like, forget it, no more iPad, we're done with this. Now there's a safe place. So parents out there, give your kids their iPad in moderation. I am a firm believer in having them use their technology, but do it in a safe environment. 8, 9, 10 years old, is that when you start to see kids do this on their own, and then have kind of parental guidance still be around, but less, right? Because 5, 6-year-olds still have their parents doing it for them. But the older ones are getting to do it themselves. And it's kind of like their way into, you know, social media. And it's a really healthy first good step.
Yeah, it's really become training wheels because the safeguards are built in. So like there's parental verification. So every kid we know has an adult that's like, okay, I'm okay with this and I'm going to support you in this. But we don't just rely on that. It's also the way that the app is built. So every video is human moderated. So nothing's going to hit the feed that a kid shouldn't see. And we have very high standards for what is, you know, appropriate for kids to be able to engage with. We want to be building confidence. We don't want to be exposing them to negative and harmful things. And then also the feedback, because we know that's the biggest thing for even adults with social media, right? Is like getting cut down. So the feedback mechanisms are positive only. And you're encouraged to reach out and give everybody a high five. So we're trying to train these kids, like, put your best stuff out there, be creative, take risks, show your weird sock collection. You're going to get celebrated. You're going to get high fives, and you're going to make friends because of the awesome things you have to give to the world. And that's just like, put the good stuff out there. And we see so much amazing talent and so many silly things. Like, kids are so awesome. They're sharing so many cool parts of themselves, and they're not afraid that they're going to see something or be responded to in a way that doesn't feel good, you know?
Exactly. And I think it's a great thing to have between the relationship between the child and the parent. Because a lot of times the parent's like listening or on their phone and then kind of listening, and then they yell at their child because they're not, you know, they're not engaging in the right material. Whereas here, you don't have to worry about that. As a mom, you just go in and you say, hey, here's your app. Go for it. You have 20 minutes here. You time it, whatever your process is. And you let your kid go.
I wasn't allowed to have it. I wasn't allowed to have Instagram, social media, anything until middle school.
Yeah.
I was not. Obviously, today you can't do that. It's not the same world. I mean, it's only been 8 years, but everyone's on social media now. So it's obviously nicer to have like a safer option.
Oh, absolutely. And I like the whole principles behind it, like everything positive. The high five is a really cool feature. It comes right out at you. You could see it. I want to talk more about the app, but I want to show this video first that you sent me because I think it's important for people who aren't users to check this out.
Thanks.
Meet Zigazoo, the world's largest social media app for kids. Millions of kids are using Zigazoo to watch videos, create, connect, and earn rewards. Here's how Zigazoo works. Kids use their imagination to create videos and respond to challenges from some of the biggest brands and personalities in the world. When Zigazooers complete challenges, they earn rewards. Kids create, everyone wins, and parents feel better. Designed by concerned parents who were former teachers, Zigazoo pairs fun and safety that can't be found on any other platform. Talented creators are using Zigazoo to build their fan base, inspire kids, and promote their projects. Zigazoo is kid-safe COPPA certified, a 100% human-moderated, worry-free app. When kids spend screen time on Zigazoo, they're happier, connected, and more creative. Join our mission to give children a safe, positive community where they can find joy and develop healthy online relationships. Wait until you see what kids can do on Zigazoo.
I love it, being a marketer.
Yeah.
Wait till you see what kids can do.
That was really good. Honestly, that line, perfect.
I love it. And like you said, Leah, kids are they're infectious. They're cool. They have so much to offer the world. And I think it's important that, we tap into that. And this is a really healthy, great way to do it. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
What do you kind of see for the future of Zigazoo? Like, it started with the what if question. And now where are you taking that? You did the what if. You created it. Now, what's the goal?
Yeah, I mean, the goal is I feel like our mission is our goal, and I'll explain what that looks like. But I love our mission. Our mission is to give youth a safe and positive community where they can find joy, develop healthy online relationships, and aspire to their greatest potential as tomorrow's digital citizens. And so I feel like really having that as part, like the world, as you just so eloquently said, like it's a new world where technology and social media in particular are a part of daily life. And so how do we really help individuals grow up to be people who know how to use that in the best way, right? Great things can happen there and great parts of ourselves can be amplified there. And I feel like Zigazoo is just like committed to finding 10 million creative ways to helping kids like get to that realization and be, kept safe along the way. But some of the exciting things that I think we've discovered and really built out are like, first of all, the challenge creation. So I personally created a lot of the challenges in the beginning, like how can you make a rainbow with all the colors, toys in your house? You know what I mean? And now the NBA is making challenges. Damon John just made a challenge, like James, our partnerships have really elevated to this point where we realize that the world wants to offer kids these creative opportunities. And so we have really high quality content being presented to kids. And then a second realization that it wasn't just, industry leaders and celebrities, it's also kids. So we have this phenomenal kid creator club where kids are making challenges for other kids. And those are by far our most popular challenges. It's leadership, giving kids leadership opportunities. And so we have like the response feed is like, what do you think? What can you do? And that's so awesome. And then there's this other layer of like, how can you mobilize, motivate, and inspire your peers? And I just love that opportunity to say within these boundaries of positivity, you can be a role model and you can be a leader. And that is so, so cool. So I just want more people to have that opportunity. Like it's just about, expanding the opportunity really.
Absolutely. And it's interesting. Leadership is so important and developed at a young age. I read a stat once that it's typically developed in the household and it's, developed at a young age. And it's because, parents or whoever their mentors are give them the opportunity to be a leader. And this does that in a digital way. Like you said, I love the end of the statement, the mission, as a digital citizen. We are all digital citizens, and how your role in that is what becomes your success or sometimes your demise, right? So kicking them off in a positive way. I mean, the idea is brilliant. Obviously, you can see it in the numbers, and congrats to you. So let's talk a little bit more about safety. I know parents care a lot about that, and it's something that we need to be mindful of with our youth. How do you protect kids online, and what are the safety measures that you take?
Yeah. So we're Kid Safe COPPA certified. So we have a whole list of things that we need to do in order to be compliant. And those are really, really important. All users are verified. So we're making sure it's a kids only environment. But we take it to the next level where all of our videos are human moderated. So somebody has watched and made sure that this is appropriate before it hits the feed. That's really incredibly important. As I talked about, we have our positivity measures for our feedback features, and those are really incredibly important. And it's just like it's a walled garden. There's a moat around this app, and when kids interact there, they are kept safe by these very serious compliance parameters that are really, really important.
Absolutely, and compliance will always help, keep you in line. But I love that you're doing even more than that. That's incredible, and that's taking that again more leadership. So. That's what we need to hear as parents, because that's what we need. We need a safe environment.
I like that screening process, too, that you have to have it screened before it hits the feed, because there's so many videos on TikTok that you see get taken down after they have 1 million views, which never should have been up in the first place.
Exactly. And YouTube, I mean, oh my gosh, the
yeah.
content that's on YouTube, same thing. It's inappropriate for humanity. And there has to be something that we can do. Forget for kids, for humanity,
for everyone,
right?
yeah.
So I'm glad that you've taken that initiative and become that positive, safe space for kids and parents. Being a past educator, how are you using educators to to work on the platform, to get involved in the platform? What are you doing to educate and to use educators to help educate children on the platform?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we've had educators do challenges around mindfulness, around content. Like you can make anything fun. So as long as they can present it in a fun and interactive way, we can have math, literacy, academic content. But most educators are kind of finding their voice in the way of leading technology skills and communication skills, and also mental health and mindfulness skills. Those have a special space in Zigazoo. Dance is enormous. Music is enormous. So the arts have a huge place, and educators lead that charge. We also use a network of parents and educators to always give us feedback. So it's a constant dialogue between here's the intention and how is that playing out, and what is your professional feedback on that? Because we know this is a really nuanced space, and it's just really important for us to constantly be, spitballing and checking how it is growing and really living out in kids' lives, because kids learn from everything. What you just said is so important. Like every single thing they see, they're learning from. So we want to make sure they're only learning the good things here.
That's so true. So true. How'd you come up with the name? I love it.
I know. I like it too.
Actually, when I came home from the conference, I was like, Ash, you got to log on to this new app. And she's like, I'm not a kid, but I'll try. Like, I'll do it with your kids. I was like, you just got to see it. It's so cool, and it's different, and it's creative, and it's colorful, and I love the questions and the challenges. And she was like, all right. And she was like, what's it called? Zigazoo? She goes, that's cool. So how'd you come up with the name?
My husband's grandfather, Papa Joe, was a great man and had like 1 million grandchildren, and he'd put them all on his knee one at a time and sing this silly rhyme, Zigazoo. And it, like, every kid from grandchildren to great grandchildren, my children, had that song in their life. So that was kind of the inspiration, that word. I mean, it sounds beautiful, and it like has a lot of, meaning to us, but that it kind of threads back to that family tradition.
I hesitated. I wasn't going to ask the question, but I'm really glad I did.
Yeah, no, that is an amazing story, because then even people don't know that, but you guys still have like your own private thing for your family.
It's a private thing.
I feel that in my heart when I tell that story. Yeah.
Now it's in everyone's childhood.
It is. I love that. And now it's in everyone's. 8 million children know it.
Oh my gosh.
Is he still around? Does he know you did this?
No. Well, he does in his own way, I'm sure, but he's still around in our hearts. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, man. But, man, doing it in his memory for sure. And that's incredible. Director of Impact, I absolutely love the title. Title's great. You could have easily said co-founder and just kept it moving like most apps. Why did you want this title, and what do you do in the role?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really important to me to kind of be the mom of the company, right? So I think about impact in two ways. One is, how does this impact you how does this impact every single one of those 8 million kids and families? And then how does Zigazoo impact the dialogue about what social media is and technology use is for the world? Because I think we need to raise our bar. Yeah. And so I work in those two directions, you know, just making sure that we are holding true to being positive and healthy and our impact in individual lives, but then also how are we part of a broader conversation? And I thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak here, because every conversation about Zigazoo is also a conversation about like, how can we really shape this powerful tool of technology to be doing good in the world? No, and we try to make Zigazoo an example of that, especially for kids.
Absolutely. And I like the two ways of thinking about that. It's important, you know, impact, you know, with 8 million users is great.
Definitely making your impact.
Exactly. And making sure that you stay true to the mission. It's important. And not everyone can do that. Not everyone could grow an app to 8 million users in less than 3 years. Not everyone could take on the responsibility and keep it going, keep people motivated and continue on. So thank you. And are you still teaching? I know you're still teaching your kids. That goes without being said, but
yeah, I'm not in the classroom at the moment, but you know, we're in the same boat, right?
Yeah.
We're in the same boat with the little kids, and we're teaching them, they're teaching us. And my background just influences every step I take with the Zigazoo as well.
That's amazing. You know, we talked a little bit off camera and we were talking about the ages of our children. I have 3, you have 3, right? Similar ages. Yep. Mine are 8, 6, and 3, and yours are 7, 5, and 3, right?
Yes.
And it's just such a joy, but man, to go through all this every day, and I'm sure you feel the same thing. No sleep, but you got to keep trucking, making the best out of every second, and still maintaining yourself as well as making them the best people they can possibly be. What are some of the challenges you face as a mother while, you know, keeping this app at the forefront like it is?
Yeah, I mean, the kids are a blessing to me because I mean, for a million reasons, but with my professional life, because I see my work reflected, you know what I mean? Like I really learn by watching them and interacting with them in this tool. Like I learn about what it is through their eyes. I see things I hadn't seen before. So that's amazing. And you know, the biggest challenge as a parent and as you're working in whatever way you work is like just energy. Like how do we keep that fount of energy going so that we can stay focused and stay positive, even though you're right. We just never sleep.
It's the no sleep. It's the, you know, you haven't slept in a week and then you have a big day the next day, but it's all good. You make up those wonders. So yes. I know. I feel bad for the guys out there that don't wear makeup.
Just some extra concealer.
Yeah, they need this little concealer, you know. A lot of parents have asked me in the past, because my kids are on social media. They're on Zigazoo. I have their Instagram pages that I monitor, and I am totally comfortable with it. And you said something important, Leah, that I want to touch on, especially being going back to safety and whatnot, is, you know, if you have your child on showing parts of their life, it's not all of their life. I think that's very, very important, because you don't want to show every part of someone's life. I don't show all of my life, and everyone perceives life to be a certain way when they look at someone else's feed. But I think it's very important that the parts of their life is healthy and safe through challenges, through different ways that you do this. How are you going to continue to address safety and continue to move as the world is moving so quickly with the app and with the users? You know, just in 4 years, things changed with Ashley. You know, she was in middle school when getting her phone. I know kids that are in 3rd grade that have cell phones and have Instagram that monitor themselves. So, keeping those kids on Zigazoo and addressing those challenges that come up with social media with parents that are completely social averse. What do you say to them?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if we keep at the center, if we keep our kind of building blocks for health at the center, and we of course have this general safety net, right? But then we also think about physical activity. We think about activating your voice, making your own choices. We think about diversity of content. So like we have trending dances and kids love that. And that's awesome. But we also have Share Your Rock collection. And we have to make sure that like all of those interests are represented and an opportunity for kids to share different aspects and different facets of their personality are there. We also do parent education and provide resources for I like what you said about it's okay. And I think this is something that digital citizens of the future need to know is it's okay to choose what you share and what you keep private. We need to have those conversations. You know what I mean? We need to have this open dialogue now about how to educate our kids. This is a time to share this and this is a time not to share this. And here's how you keep your own heart and your own voice strong, even when you're looking at other people. Take inspiration, but not compare. There's all these developmental and psychological conversations that need to be going on. And we do our best to present diverse and rich information, both in our support groups, but also in our app. And then, families, we all have to work really hard as families to kind of safeguard our kids' development so that they're really just playing in authentic ways. And when I share with parents who are we have a wide variety of comfort levels with this, right? Some people are no. Some people are yeah, all the time. And then there are people in the middle. And I like to say this is just it's a virtual play space. You know what I mean? It is. It's a virtual play space. It's letting kids say, what do you love? Play with that with someone else you love. It's a digital playground.
I love that.
I like that. Yeah, I really like that too.
Me too. The digital playground idea sounds great. And it's true. It is. It's again going from let me see your greatest smile, right? To show me your rock collection, to let's see how you ride a bike. And I think that the most important thing you can take from this is that social media for kids is safe on Zigazoo. And if you're a parent that doubts it, it's a great way to get into it, especially to self-educate, because there's a lot of parents out there who still aren't on social themselves and have never really used apps.
That's a good point.
So if you are into social or you want to question something, it's a good place to dip your toe. It's a good place to find education for your kids on what's appropriate on social media too. And I think, going on Zigazoo, I strongly encourage everyone out there to check it out. Zigazoo is an incredible app. I love it. I use it. And I'm very proud to have my kids on it.
Kind of jealous. I didn't have it, honestly.
I know, Ash. You would have had a lot of numbers on there.
I would have been thriving on there. Every challenge.
I look at it and this might be totally out of context, but if you looked at Disney Channel when we were young, it was a place where kids could have safe content to watch, right? Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, we grew up on that. Zigazoo is that of our digital citizen era. So to me, I love that you took the leap. Thank you for doing that. And thank you for being so awesome in being a pioneer for this and for our kids, because this is the youth of America here, and you're the head of it. So thank you for that. And where can people find you online?
Well, first I want to tell Ashley we just opened 13 plus. So
oh, that's it. That's it. Right when we're done here, I'm signing up. That's it.
Awesome.
Okay, where can people find us? Zigazoo. If you just go on our website, we have our 13 plus, zigazoo.com. We have 13 plus, we have 12 and under. You can download the app in Google Play or the App Store. That's the best way to find us.
All right. Make sure you check out Zigazoo. Thank you so much for joining us today and for being here on Red. It was such a pleasure and an honor for you to be here. Keep creating. Let's go. Get your kids on the app. It's safe and fun. And we'll see you next time. You can find me at Michelle Barone online. And Ashley?
You guys can find me at Ash McPherson, 2 H's.
All right. Make sure you check us out. Instagram, TikTok. See you soon. Bye.
See you guys. Bye.
What's poppin'? 247 Paps, Caesar Pena, Positive Paps, Addison Rae. Big shout out to Addison Rae. She's TikTok. She's one of those TikTokers that kind of broke through celebrities that gets papped, right? Because a lot of these TikTokers, Charlie D'Amelio, that's another one that's just making their ranks up that catches my attention. Other paparazzis are starting to shoot pictures of her because she's influential now, right? She's reached a level in her career right now that we take her pictures, we do video, and it makes media now, And once you break that level, now you're becoming a superstar. You're starting to get roles, you start to get endorsements. So everything is coming full circle with Addison Rae. Another great thing about Addison Rae, her with fans. One thing about me, it's one thing you could hate paparazzi, I get it. But your fans, that's my number one kind of measure if you're great or if you just for the paycheck and you don't give a shit about your fans. And you run into those people. But Addison Rae takes her time, loves her fans, huge, like fan-loving girl, you know, so love Addison Rae. She's one of my favorite TikTokers. Big shout out to Addison Rae.